Welcome to the Book of Wretch, where stories of the macabre and supernatural are told. We ask all of the lost, the damned, and everything in between to join us for yet another spine-chilling tale. With that said, let's begin.
In the cursed city of Yharnam, where the streets run thick with blood and the night is alive with the howls of beasts, there lived a hunter named Aleric. Once he had walked these cobblestone streets with purpose and confidence, his saw cleaver gleaming in the moonlight as he vanquished the horrors that plagued the city. But now, he was nothing but a mere shadow of his former self, a broken man, haunted by failure. Aleric has always been a promising hunter, a disciple of the healing church, eager to rid Yharnam of his scourge. Tall and lean, with a gaze that once burned with determination, he had embarked on his first hunt with hope in his heart. Armed with his trusty saw cleaver and an old pistol, he ventured into the twisting alleys and dark corners of the city, ready to face whatever nightmares lurked within. His downfall began on a stormy night, as he hunted a particularly elusive foe, known as the cleric beast. The creature's towering form and frenzied attacks had claimed the lives of many hunters before him, but Aleric was undeterred. With a heart full of courage and a mind sharpened by training, he pursued the beast deep into the labyrinth streets of Yharnam. The rain pounded against the cobblestones as Aleric finally cornered the cleric beast in the shadow of a crumbling cathedral. The beast let out a deafening roar, its blood-red eyes fixated on its prey. Aleric raised his cleaver, the metal gleaming in the flickering torchlight, and prepared to strike. The battle that ensued was fierce and very unforgiving. The cleric beast's massive claws tore through the air with deadly precision, each blow sending shockwaves of pain through Aleric's body. But he fought on, fueled by determination and the memory of his fallen hunters. As the battle raged on, Aleric felt a surge of adrenaline course through his veins. He dodged the beast's attacks with practiced skill, striking back with ferocious blows of his own. For a moment, it seemed as though victory was within his grasp. But then, in a moment of hubris, Aleric made a fatal mistake. He lunged forward, his cleaver aimed for the beast's heart, but the cleric beast was quicker. With a savage swipe of his claw, it knocked the weapon from Aleric's grasp, sending it skittering across the rain-slicked cobblestones. Aleric stumbled back, his heart pounding in his chest as the beast loomed over him. He reached for his pistol, but his fingers fumbled with the wet metal. In a desperate attempt to regain his footing, he slipped on the rain-soaked ground, his back colliding with the cold stone of the cathedral. And then, in a blur of fur and fangs, the cleric beast descended upon him. His claws tore through Aleric's flesh, ripping through muscle and bone with brutal efficiency. Agony lanced through his body as he cried out in pain. The sound lost amidst the howling wind and crashing thunder. As darkness closed in around him, Aleric knew he had failed. He had failed the people of Yharnam, failed his fellow hunters, failed himself. The last thing he saw before the darkness claimed him was the glint in the beast's eyes, filled with triumph and malice. When Aleric awoke, he found himself lying amidst the ruins of the cathedral, his body broken and battered. The rain had ceased, leaving the city shrouded in an eerie silence. With a groan, he tried to rise, but pain lanced through every limb, dragging him back down into the cold embrace of the cobblestones. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Aleric languished in the ruins of his defeat. His wounds refused to heal, leaving him a prisoner of his own broken body. The people of Yharnam whispered his name in pity and scorn, a cautionary tale of the hunter who had dared to challenge the beast and failed. Aleric tried to return to the hunt, but his once keen senses had dulled. His body weakened by his injuries. The beast that had once quaked at the sight of him now sensed his weakness, taunting him with their howls and screams. With each passing day, Aleric felt himself slipping further into despair. The memories of that fateful night haunted his every waking moment, a relentless specter that refused to release his grip. He became a mere shadow of his former self, a broken man wandering the streets of Yharnam in search of redemption. But redemption never came. For Aleric, there would be no triumphant return to glory, no heroic deeds to wash away the stain of his failure. He was a failed hunter, bound by the chains of his own undoing, condemned to wander the cursed streets of Yharnam for all eternity. And so, as the moon hung low in the sky, and the beast prowled the darkness, Aleric would raise his eyes to the heavens and let out a mournful cry. "O hunter," he would whisper to the uncaring night, his voice filled with regret and longing. "Forgive me, for I have failed you." But the city remained silent, its secrets buried deep within its blood-soaked streets. And there, amidst the ruins of his shattered dreams, Aleric would remain, a tragic figure doomed to wander the cursed city of Yharnam forevermore. A failed hunter, haunted by the memory of his defeat, bound by the chains of his own undoing. "O hunter," he would whisper one last time before the darkness claimed him once more. "Forgive me."
So until next time, I hope you join us when we open the Book of Wretch yet again. But remember, be careful when you enter the mind of a wretched. You may just leave a wretch. Good night and pleasant nightmares.